for the championship Sunday. We've got some Call of Duty to come for you guys. I mean, we're ready here at the Insomnia event. And now I hope you guys are ready as well, as the players are ready. Going into this one, we've got a great game on board for you. It's going to be Radix going up against Cryptick. Cryptick is going to be Tamo, Wakar, Ashi, and Shawnee, which we saw yesterday making it through. Obviously, you recognise the names over on Radix: Boomstar, Harbar, Dexter, and Haz. But kicking this one off anyway, it's going to be Cryptick breaking their way into the hill.
Yeah, great start from there. We're on board with Wakar right now, as he's going to be trying to stay out the back in the mid of the map, trying to see if anyone's going to poke their head around. He do, and it's Harbar that challenges that and wins quite comfortably. It's trades left, right, and centre at the minute. You kind of expect this with the middle of map.
Yep.
Hardpoint. It's also going to be chaos. No one's really going to stretch their way out onto the lead unless they do something absolutely outrageous.
One thing I want to talk about the most as well, Chris, is I was taking a look at Ashi yesterday from Team Cryptick. He's having a fantastic performance. I was talking to a few of the players this morning at the event. You know, a player that's come out of nowhere. I've not really seen much of him before. Maybe people in the stream are aware of who he is, but he's been having a fantastic event this weekend, and he's definitely one player that I'm going to be paying attention to in this series against Radix. A lot of people in the scene recognise the names on Radix. Obviously, Boomstar's been around for quite a while, been to quite a few events. Harry Harbar as well, Dexter, and even Haz himself. So the team is quite, you know, you could say is quite a veteran team when it comes to LAN events. They've been to quite a few before, and I think this Cryptic team is going to have a difficult time today. But I think if they stick together and make sure that, you know, players like Ashi and Shawnee go off, then this will be a close game.
Yeah, I expect this to be a very close game. I like the way the Cryptic is set up, using that head glitch to its full capabilities and just trading off picks here. I mean, easy picks there for Tamo and Wakar. You see this one from Tamo. He knows there's the one player who's going to be challenging from up top. He's going to go with head, but he sees the player and he doesn't actually win the gunfight, which is actually quite surprising. He had most of the cover, but look at that. Instant trade there and perfectly set up from Cryptic here. Yeah,
I love the way that Cryptic are, you know, basically making sure they're locking down both sides of their lanes, making sure everything's being watched, all the lanes of sight are covered. But now the rotations will become to come in, Chris, and it's going to go back over towards the other side of the map. Looking though like Cryptic are going to be the first team to get the initial time in this one, and that's the best way in my eyes that you know when you've got a good hardpoint team. If you can get the remaining scrap time and the initial time on the new hill, that's when you know you're doing hardpoint right.
Yeah, it's usually a 2-2 split, so you've got two holding down the last few, like 15-20 seconds, whilst the other two rotate and try to pick up the spawns, because then if you get picked off onto the last hill, you're going to have spawns, you're literally going to spawn in on the next hardpoint, so you're basically set up to go. It's a great setup that they've got going on, and they've actually managed to pull this one back and actually, I was going to say take the lead, but let's tell you what, it's very, very close.
Beautiful shots there from Wakar as his team do break in towards this hill. Now, slowly starting to build themselves a lead a little bit. Radix did pull it back on that previous hill, and now it's going to be Cryptic. Pulling away, trying to get that 20-point lead is going to be Ashi. He's going to be the only guy holding the hill. He's got one player towards the right-hand side of him. That's Boom. Boom drops once again. Not having the best of starts either. Couldn't go 3 and 8, but it's going to be Ashi again, the player I was talking about. Finds himself a 2-piece, and with the 13 seconds of scrap time, now going to go in favour of their team. Rotations over towards the left-hand side. Ashi trying to lead the way, but he's not going to stay alive long enough. Tamo will find the scrap time, but interesting thing to pay attention to as well, Chris, is the streaks that Tamo has already got himself.
Yeah, he's built up quite a total so far, so he's going to go ahead and maybe use his Scorchers right now. We're going to switch forward onto Harry Harbar, who's looking to pick one off of the rock edge, unfortunately not able to hit. So we're going to switch on board with Boom. He sees, well, we can see two players using the COD vision. He sees one, picks off the kill, knows one more to his left, gets the second. Lovely play there. He's going to go ahead and try to pick up the third. Boom! Behave, son. This is you're only just starting. Don't get too hyped yet.
And we can hear them shouting literally across from us. We knew there was going to be a little bit of competition between Boom and Shawnee today. We know that Shawnee was going to be loud, Boom was going to be loud, and when Shawnee gets shouted at, he doesn't like it very much. He likes to receive a call out back towards them. But anyway, back to the game, and it's Cryptic who have started to build themselves this lead, and they have been holding this throughout the game as well. You know, yesterday with Cryptic, we were talking about how they were a type of team that necessarily didn't have the best of starts, but was able to make sure that they could pull it back and then hold it for the rest of the game. Kind of new territories for them this time. They started off quite well. Hopefully for the Cryptic fans out there, they can begin to hold this for the rest of the game and take this first map. And trust me, taking hardpoint against a team like this is a very, very good start to a series.
Oh, without a doubt, and they've rotated perfectly there. They actually held off onto the last point until the last 5 seconds, because both hills are literally next door to each other. They were able to do so, and they were set up perfectly then to go ahead and maintain the same sort of presence going into the first hardpoint, which is again straight into mid-map. So yeah, very well played, and I like this position from Ashi. He's able to pick up one, and literally all 4 from Radix go down. They are starting to build up a hell of a momentum right now.
And one of the things that surprised me the most, I think, is the fact that the reason that this Cryptic team is winning is down to slaying power. You know, you look at the players on the Radix team, and I do keep talking about it, but they are players that know in the past for being quite, good at Call of Duties and definitely in terms of slaying power. But the Cryptick have come out the guns blazing. They were scrimming this morning. They've been here for at least half an hour to 40 minutes. They've been scrimming other teams at the event. They were ready to go. You can clearly see that in this game. It's just going to be a case of, it's single elimination this weekend. If Radix, weren't ready for this one, they're going to be a little bit gutted they didn't turn up as early as Cryptick.
Oh yeah, Cryptick are out here and they want to win, and that's the great thing about them. They're all here and they all want to win. I mean, every team wants to win, but I think Cryptick want it more. As you said, they were here earlier than everyone else. They were up, they were ready, and they were scrimming other teams. They're like, right, Championship Sunday, this is it. This is where we make or break it. Let's make a name for ourselves. Whereas some of these teams didn't turn up until about 10-15 minutes just before we kicked off. Yeah,
before the actual game was scheduled. Let's go on board with Harry Harbar, though. He's able to pick himself up a two-piece. Nicely done. One more player towards the left-hand side, though. That is going to be Wacker, who eventually will drop. Harbar going to find himself 3, and lets the other team know as well with a shout from across the room. Boom is going to be inside the hill. He's got one player towards his left who does drop. That's Dex down. It's now all down to Boom. Tries to play the head glitch, but Shawnee comes through with some nice shots there. He's able to rip Boom off the head glitch, but it's going to be down to Haz, who will pick up that scrap time. We're going to have a rotation come back in again, and last time we saw this, Boom's team took the first initial 20 seconds. However, Cryptick were able to break through with the slaying power, and they were able to take the remaining 40. If that's the case again, they're going to break the 200-point mark, Chris. This one, looking like Cryptick have come here ready to win.
Yes, Cryptick surprisingly gave up a lot of time on that last hill, so Radix are able to just sit back, pick up a lot, and draw this one back bit by bit. So they're down by 33 at the minute, but they're not set up for the next hill. Tamo's there on the catwalk trying to see if anyone's poking their head around. He does see one and tags him up. Might be able to pick up the kill if he decides to challenge this one at any second. But we're going to switch on board with Ashi. See, he's set up at the back area, make sure nobody's trying to break those spawns. He sees one ahead of him, and that is a massive kill. If he would have lost that, spawns would have flipped, and it would have been a very difficult situation to try and pull this one back. But as they're set up right now, Cryptick very strong.
Yeah, this weekend this Cryptick team has impressed me every single series that we've seen him, and the more harder the opponents get, it seems to be the more better that the players get on Cryptick. They are going off. There's another 3 kills. They're making those players spawn out. I mean, we're going board with one of the players. Look how far away from the hill they're spawning. Yes, rotations are coming in. Do you give up that 15 seconds though, Chris? Look how close to, Cryptick are getting themselves closer and closer to 250. Giving away 15 seconds at this point is really going to come back and really do you in.
Well, that's why I say you do the 2-2 split. You have 2 go up and set it for the new hill. You've got 15 seconds remaining. You give up the next 2 to try and challenge, one from the front, one from the back. Try and pinch them in, because God knows the other team's got to try and rotate at some point. If you can shut that rotation down early and get it set up, then yeah, it can work out for you, because you can get off a massive amount of time. But they haven't done that, and now Cryptick are pushing straight the way back in, and with only 25 seconds remaining to win this hardpoint, it looks like they're going to run away with this.
Radix on 138 points. Cryptick are 20 points away from taking map number 1 in our first best of 5 single elimination championship Sunday game. We're going to jump on board with Tamo. 23 and 13 so far, 5 streak for him. Close to even more streaks. If he gains those now, Chris, it really looks like it might be game over for Radix. But eventually, Harry Harbar will shut him down. But swiftly, it gets traded. Harbar's going to have the HBR, which is an interesting weapon choice. Trying to see if he can stay alive, because this hill has to be contested if anything. But will have the active camo to his use. And at this point, the question is 10 seconds remaining. Cryptick, surely they've got to just rotate for this last 10, yeah?
They've got to. At this point in time, they can't just give up so much time. They need to set up for the next hill, because this next one is massive. They cannot give any sort of movement to the opposition. If they do, game over. 10 points is all they need. They now need 8. It's coming down very, very quickly, and his Radix are going to need to go huge. But Shawnee, that man is unbelievable all weekend, and he's just showing us exactly why with that huge 2-piece.
And it's great to see a player like Shawnee, because who I know has been trying in the scene for such a long time to get a name out there for himself and get somewhere in the scene where we can say, I'm proud to be here and I'm a decent player. And Shawnee's been having a fantastic weekend so far, so if he's able to go on and win this event or even get a really high place, and Body's being shot by Shawnee as well. Finds 2, finds 3. Shawnee's going to find a 3-piece. Wacko will find the last. And what a great way to end your first game here. Hardpoint is going to be Cryptick 250, Radix 169. Shawnee stands up and gives high fives all across the board there. Fantastic 3-piece, and Wacko here, you can see in your final kill cam, will clean up the final kill. And I want to kind of admit, if I'm going to be honest with you here, I'm slightly shocked by that score.
So am I. I thought it was going to be a lot closer, but Cryptick, as you said, they would have warmed up a lot earlier, and they know how to set up on this map. Yep. This is one of their